Okay. Hi everyone, you're all very welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join us this afternoon. We're delighted to have your interest in this program, and it's good that you've taken this time out. My name is James Byrne. I am the Program Director for the MSc in Management of Operations. I'm joined by some of my colleagues here in the Operations Management Group as well. In the Business School in DCU, Dr. Colin Foley, some of you will know as the former chair of the program, has been involved with it for many years. Also Professor PJ Byrne, he's the head of the Operations Management Group here in the Business School. They'll be taking part in some of the discussion after I go through my introduction on the program today. And both of them will hopefully be able to contribute to any questions you might have. I'm also joined by an alumnus of our program. So we have Billy Schofield. He graduated in 2018 from the program, and he currently works as a productivity, innovation, and analytics manager in the area of operations management. So he'll also be part of the discussion today for any questions that you might have. So the plan for the session today is to walk you through a short slide deck, tell you a little bit more about the business school, a little bit more about the program as well, and then we'll go into a kind of a question and answer session, maybe discussion session, allow you to ask any questions that you want from any of us who are involved in the program. Hopefully at the end of all that, you'll have all the information you need to make a good decision for yourselves as to whether the program is the right program for you. I suppose I want to acknowledge as well that the strange context we're operating in terms of COVID-19. You've seen a number of programs globally. They've moved temporarily online in response to the current COVID crisis. That's not the case for this program. This program has always been online. It has a rich history going back 23 years. It started back in 1997. Incidentally, that's the first year that I would have started university, so it's quite an old program, and has been successfully delivered and updated by DCU since then. And in that time, there have been over 2,000 graduates of the program. So when you graduate from this program, you join a strong network of alumni. This year, the program has been transferred from open education across to the business school in DCU. And the reason for that is there's a strong concentration of operations management related lecturers and researchers who operate in the business school. So that's a positive strategic move by the university to take advantage of our resources. So here in the business school now, we're working very closely with open education and DCU in delivering the program this year. So I'm going to kick off with a few of the slides. Just trying to move on to the next slide here. Okay. I think you'll all be familiar with DCU. Indeed, some of you are possibly graduates of DCU also. So I won't go into the university, but I'll give you some background on the business school. The scale of the school itself is sometimes a bit underestimated. We have quite a significant research profile. We also have approximately 60 nationalities represented throughout our student body. So that's a very diverse community that we have within the business school. Outside of this diversity, it's large. We currently have about 3,300 students going through the business school, with about 700 of these at postgraduate level, and then about 70 of those at PhD level. So again, we're strong on the research side, but it does give an indication of the scale of the business school. If you've graduated from an undergraduate program in the business school, you're one of about 19,000 graduates who now form part of your alumni network. So again, it's not small. We have the full-time equivalent of about 85 faculty working in the business school. Just a word about accreditation as well. Accreditation is very important in terms of the status of the qualification that you earn. You'll see we're accredited on your screen there by a number of different bodies, and probably the most notable is the one on the left, which is the AACSB accreditation. That's the world's largest business education alliance, and that's based out of the US. That places the business school in the top 5% of business schools globally. So we're right up there with other schools that went through the process of AACSB accreditation, and they've been approved, and we've been approved, and are continually monitored as well by the AACSB. And it gives us a significant standing internationally. So if you successfully complete this program, you have the benefit of leaving us and going into your future career with an AACSB accredited master's. So just a note on employment for those who graduate from this program. The 2020 QS Global Graduate Employment Rankings they placed DCU at 19 in the entire world for graduate employment. So internationally, we're quite strong. And if you graduate from this program, you're part of 95% of our business school postgrads who are employed or in further study within 6 months of graduation. So even given the COVID crisis, you can expect that there are strong employment opportunities upon graduation. So onto the program itself. The program is an ideal choice for any of you looking to broaden your knowledge in the field of operations, but also to equip yourselves with the skills that you need to progress your career in the area. As you know, operations, it's a central function of all organizations. It's currently an area that's receiving quite a lot of attention, particularly because obviously with the COVID crisis, there's been huge disruption to operations and supply chains. And in turn, companies have had to be reactive to this disruption. And it might not have have had all the necessary planning in place to cope with it. It's difficult to model, it's difficult to assess the disruption. The regions of the world that are affected by COVID at the moment, they're at the heart of many global supply chains, and on a contractual level, and companies are afraid of not meeting some of their obligations or many of their obligations. So again, it's a very topical area. It's a very good time to take part in a program related to operations management. It's a 2-year program. It's expected that you complete within 2 years. There are exceptions allowed for this, but the expectation is you sign up for a 2-year program. You do pay for the program on a modular basis with 5 modules in total. So again, it's possible to stretch it out a little bit longer, but the preferred way is 2 years. And just to go into the structure a little bit, for those starting in September, coming in new to the program, it's run over 2 years. And you can see on the left-hand side, we have year 1, on the right-hand side, year 2. 5 modules in total, entitled USC 1, USC 2, USC 10, USC 3, and USC 20. And you can see that each of these, the first 4 15 credit modules, and the final one, which is the dissertation, is a 30 credit module, making up 90 credits in total. For USC 1 in year 1, it starts in September and it runs right through to January. That's a 15 credit module. And then from January right through to May, you have USC 2, which is sustainable business, again, a 15 credit module. And then moving on to year 2, you have management of operations, which is USC 10, again a 15 credit module, and from January to May, USC 3, evidence-based evaluation and entrepreneurship, which is a 15 credit module as well. So you've got 2 15 credit modules in year 1, 2 15 credit modules in year 2, and then you've got 1 year long 30 credit module as well in year 2, which is your dissertation component that goes right throughout the year and ends in July. For those of you who are continuing on and have graduated or are about to graduate with a graduate certificate in management of operations, it's a little bit different. You'd enter year 2 of the program and you start with USC 2, sustainable business, onto USC 3, and then throughout the full year you would be expected to be doing your dissertation as well, which is USC 20. Again, that ends in July. Just to dig into those modules just a little bit more detail. USC 1, project and change management. Just to flick back here for a minute, this is what I'm talking about here. USC 1, September to January, and USC 2, January to May. USC 1 is comprised of 3 separate sub-modules: project management and risk assessment, managing change, and then you've got a choice or an elective where you can select to do supply chain management or sustainable logistics. And all 3 of those form USC 1, which is a 15 credit module. And associated with that then, in terms of assessment, you have 3 assignments. Now, the assessment throughout the whole program, there are no exams, everything is continually assessed. So you've 1 assignment for each of the 3 areas that are covered, or each of the 3 submodules, and the 3 of those together make up your continuing assessment mark for USC 1 or for the module. The same thing for USC 2 in terms of assignments and assessment. Sustainable business, you've got 3 submodules. Research methods 1, that's the first module in research methods that you'll do. Business and the environment, and strategic management. Moving on to USC 10, which is management of operations. You've got 3 sub-modules again: management of operations, service management, and operations strategy. Again, delivered in the same way, and again, you've got 3 assignments associated with it. And US3 evidence-based evaluation in entrepreneurship. You've got a second round of research methods, a second module on research methods. You've got case study analysis, and then a choice between legal frameworks and entrepreneurship, with 3 assignments associated with that too. Finally, the 5th module, US20, is a 30-credit module. You have to write a thesis that is 15,000 words long, and that thesis is supported by workshops and tutorials throughout. And you start off with a topic, you go through to submitting a proposal, and you're appointed a supervisor, and that supervisor then works with you right through to when you deliver the final presentation of your dissertation, and gives feedback along the way, chapter by chapter, as you submit those different components. Some points to note: this is self-directed learning. It's expected that you will be motivated to learn in a self-directed way, to consume the material that's delivered to you through our online learning environment, where you'll find content, you'll find videos and forums to interact with others in your course, and also with the tutor. It's all tutor supported. You go through Loop as well to link out to the different tutor sessions. So they're all live, and also you can build up a community between yourselves across different students in the course. Feedback is also, assessment and feedback is also delivered through Loop. So Loop is the online learning environment. You can see it on the top right here, just a screenshot of it, and it's what's used basically as the basis for everything that you will do throughout the module, or throughout the course. The only requirements really are that you have a PC or a laptop, that you have Microsoft Office installed, you have a headset, and you have good broadband as well, because a lot of tutorial sessions are live, so it's expected you'll be able to log in and attend the tutorials live as well. In terms of what you graduate with when you complete the program, if you do grade at higher than 70% or higher, you will receive a first class honours. Between 60 to 69% is a second class honours grade 1. 50 to 59 is a 2-2 or a second class honours grade 2, and between 40 to 49 inclusive is a third class honours. And in terms of fees, I think a question came in there at the start about fees. For EU students, it's 1,885 per module. Now there's 5 modules. 4 of them are 15 credit modules, and 1 is a 30 credit module. All of them cost the same amount. So it's 5 modules costing 1,885 per module. And for non-European Union students, it's 2,825 per module. And in terms of applications, then you apply through PAC. So that's the online system for applications for postgraduates, www.pac.ie. And for graduate certificate, MOPS graduates are those who are graduating this year, who are looking to continue on their studies towards a higher level and do a master's or be a part of this program. You should apply through emailing the administrator in the business school associated with this program, who's david.mann@dcu.ie, and we will be following up with an email to give you further details on that. And then for further information, if you want any further general information, just some links here: business.masters@dcu.ie, and the website is business.dcu.ie. But applications are closing on the 30th this month, and classes are beginning on the 5th of October. So it's a very quick turnaround between application and actually starting the program. So please don't delay. If you are interested in it, get your applications in as quick as possible. So at this stage, I'll finish up the slides and we'll move to a sort of a question and answer session, I suppose, or an open discussion for anyone who has any questions. I'd also like to invite Billy Schofield in, who mentioned earlier, who graduated in 2018 from the program, to maybe tell us a little bit about his experience on the program, his background leading into it, maybe how he found the experience of online learning in DCU, maybe what you got out of the program, those sorts of things. So Billy, are you there?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's it like to study a master's at DCU in operations management? I graduated in 2018 with the Management of Operations from DCU. I'm Billy Schofield. I can share with you my experiences of studying the Masters at DCU. Thanks for attending this webinar today, and thanks to the DCU team for inviting me to talk with you. I found the experience of studying for the Masters truly transformative. It really changed me fundamentally. In 2016, when I started the Masters, I had just been made redundant from my corporate job, age 53, and studying the Masters gave me a huge amount of personal confidence. Since graduating in 2018, I've worked in the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland as a senior process improvement advisor. I have established myself as a self-employed contractor, giving advice and support to manufacturing industry in Ireland. And I'm in the process just now of establishing my own business. And it was studying the Masters that gave me the skills and confidence to do these things, to get a new job in a totally different industry, to establish myself as a contractor, to look at establishing my own business. So skills and confidence were huge from studying the Masters. It's also made me, I think, a happier person. Although it was really difficult studying the Masters at the time, now when I reflect back on it, it's a great sense of achievement. And I actually feel happier in myself because of by doing that Masters. So a couple of tips I would give you for studying your Masters at DCU. One is use Google Scholar when you're researching your assignments. The library will give you lots of academic search engines to search your assignments with, but Google Scholar is a great and quick way to get a quality academic documentation. Another key thing to learn is make sure you know how to use Microsoft Word correctly. You'll be dealing with larger documents than you've probably ever dealt with before, 5, 10, 15,000 word documents. Make sure you know how to use all the features in Microsoft Word to manage that. The table of contents, table of tables, tables of figures. There's a lot of features in Microsoft Word that help you manage the large documents. And thirdly, don't seek perfection. You're not going to be able to do perfectly here. You're managing your family life, you're managing a work life, you're managing your study life. You only have a finite amount of time to allocate to the studying. So don't seek perfection. Do the best you can do in the time you've got. So I was reflecting on this the other day there, and I was thinking of the words of Robert Burns, who said, the best laid plans of mice and men are often go askew. Things often go wrong. We can have great plans of what's going to happen, and they don't always come to be. So be prepared for unusual and unforeseen events when you're studying your Masters, and just confront them as they come, and you'll do fantastic. As I said, truly transformative for me, building my confidence, building my skills, and ultimately making me a happier person, I believe.
Thanks very much, Billy. It's very high praise for the program. Thanks for your words. Have you any questions then? Anyone who's online at the moment? Does anyone want to ask anything about the program?